Imagine you're in a 1-hour meeting. People are sharing ideas, tasks are being assigned, decisions are being made, but instead of taking notes, remembering action items, or trying to write a summary afterward, an AI does everything for you. Not just transcription, it actually understands the conversation. Today I'm testing Runable's Meet feature to see if it can replace the way I normally handle meetings. And by the end of this video, we'll know whether it's actually useful or just another AI feature that sounds good on paper.
Welcome back to Nextcope AI, your shortcut to the smartest tool on the market.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Nextcope AI. Today we're taking another look at Runable. In my previous video, I explored Runable as an all-in-one AI workspace. This time I want to focus on one specific feature called Meet. Instead of simply recording meetings, Meet automatically captures the discussion, identifies key decisions, creates action items, and organizes everything into something you can actually use afterward. So let's see how it works in a real workflow. I'll open Runable and select Meet. From here, I can see my upcoming meetings from my connected calendar. So instead of joining through a meeting link, I can simply select the scheduled meeting and let Runable join it for me and start a new meeting. Instead of worrying about writing notes myself, I'll simply let the AI listen. For this demo, I'm using a product planning meeting with several participants discussing a new product launch. As everyone talks, Runable automatically records the conversation in the background. But what's interesting is that it isn't just creating a transcript, it's already understanding what's being discussed. As the meeting continues, Runable begins organizing everything automatically. Instead of one massive block of text, it separates the discussion into clear topics. It identifies important decisions, questions that still need answers, deadlines, and action items assigned to different people. Honestly, this feels much more useful than reading a raw transcript later, because instead of searching through hundreds of lines, I immediately know what actually matters. Now the meeting is finished. Normally, this is where I'd have to take these notes, open another tool, and start turning everything into something useful. But this is where I want to take it one step further. Instead of stopping with a summary, I'm going to use the meeting notes to actually create something from them. For this example, let's say this was a product planning meeting. We discussed the product launch, the target audience, the main features, the marketing strategy, and the next steps. So now, instead of manually copying all of that information somewhere else, I can use those notes as the starting point for an actual deliverable. Let's say I need a presentation for the team. I'll take the information from this meeting and turn it into a clean pitch deck covering the product idea, key features, target audience, launch strategy, and next steps. And this is honestly where I think the workflow becomes much more interesting. I'm not just getting a transcript that I'm going to forget about, I'm turning the conversation into something I can actually use. And depending on what I'm working on, the same meeting information could also be turned into a report, a website concept, or other business materials. What I like here is that the meeting itself becomes the starting point for the next stage of the work. And instead of ending the meeting with a folder full of notes, I can actually walk away with something polished that I can share with my team or use for the next step. This is the part that surprised me the most. The value isn't just saving me from taking notes, it's taking the information from the meeting and turning it into something productive. This is where I think Meet becomes genuinely useful. The meeting doesn't just end as a recording, it becomes something actionable. Instead of copying notes into another app, everything is already organized. The summary, tasks, decisions, and context stay together. For project managers, remote teams, founders, or agencies, that's probably where the biggest productivity gain comes from. And there's one more thing I can do directly from here. I can use the connected email in Runable to follow up with everyone who was in the meeting. If you only attend one short meeting every month, you probably won't notice a huge difference. But if your day is filled with client calls, team meetings, planning sessions, or sales calls, I can definitely see this becoming part of your daily workflow, especially because the AI removes one of the most repetitive tasks, writing meeting notes. After testing Runable Meet, I don't think the biggest advantage is transcription. There are already plenty of apps that can do that. The real advantage is understanding. Instead of giving you pages of text, Runable organizes the meeting into something that's actually useful. You leave with decisions, tasks, summaries, and answers, instead of spending another 30 minutes organizing everything yourself. If you're already using Runable, Meet feels like a natural extension of the platform, and if your work revolves around meetings, it's definitely one of the features